It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Hello, everyone. Coming straight to you on the 202. One of our favorite local designers whose custom tailoring is so sharp, he says it can cut.
Woo! Malcolm Staples is here to show off some of his bespoke fashions.
And you're going to get a big kick out of this. The first ladies of football, the Washington Redskins Cheerleaders, stopped by to shake things up. It's all happening right here on the 202.
It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
And welcome to the 202. I'm Ferman Patterson, here with my lovely co-host, Michel Wright.
Thank you so much, Ferman. We've got to give a shout out to the guy spinning the turntables over there, DJ Millie Mill. Now, Malcolm Staples has buttoned up big-name TV hosts, NFL players, and recording stars with his custom designs. He's even dressed my co-host all season on the 202. Look at how sharp he is.
Yes, Malcolm has been our stylist on the show, and like Justin Timberlake sings it, as long as I got my suit and tie, I'm gonna leave it on the floor tonight. Thank you so much for doing what you do for us.
Thank you.
Malcolm, I feel so underdressed. Look at you guys. These suits are sharp.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think I did cut myself.
Yeah, sharpen up the cut.
Now, we've heard that word bespoke. Tell us what that means.
Well, basically, it's really the highest level of custom design making, where someone actually takes the real time in terms of hand stitching, not using the machine as much, but it's basically hand stitched, handmade clothing at the highest level.
That must take a lot of time, doesn't it?
Lots of time. I mean, in a suit, like for a custom suit that I do, there's probably about 5,000 custom stitches in that suit.
No.
5,000. And that's where the money is, and that's where the time and the expense comes when you're doing things by hand versus a machine.
Wow. Now, how do you go about selecting the fabric? This is absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
What kind of fabric is this, actually?
Fabric, you hear numbers like super 100s, 200s, and all that. The higher the number, the better the fabric.
Okay.
And so I like fabrics like in the super 150 range because price point wise, I can sell it. And then also it's one of the highest level of quality fabrics that you're going to find. So I look for really unique fabrics, colors that probably wouldn't match if you were going in matching clothes together. So I like odd fabrics that you can put together that'll make a unique piece for you.
Wow. Now, something I see on Ferman, I'm not going to see that on 8 other guys on the street.
Absolutely not. What I do as a rule, when I cut a suit for someone or I use a fabric, I throw the fabric away. And I never use it for another client because I just clearly wouldn't want to have 2 of my clients wearing the same thing. So it's kind of one of my signature decisions that I do as a custom designer.
Now,
So
Malcolm, we know that you're fantastic. We've seen your work. But how do people like T.D. Jakes and these big name stars find their way to you? How did that ever happen?
Well, it's crazy because I put an ad in Black Enterprise magazine for 1 month, and you can imagine how expensive it is to advertise 1 month.
I can imagine.
And I did it for their the highest rated edition, which is the September issue. I ran an ad for 1 month. I got so much feedback from that very expensive ad. A preacher who's here in town, his name is Glenn Staples. We actually are not related. Him and T.D. Jakes are best friends. He saw my ad. I did some clothes for him. He recommended me to T.D. Jakes, and next thing I know, I was doing clothes for him. So it was like one thing led to the other, but the ad, it worked.
Man.
Wow.
Advertising.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Now, what's the most popular? The single-breasted, the double-breasted? I mean, do people make requests or you just go?
No, single-breasted suits are pretty much more popular than double-breasted because usually double-breasted suits are more boxy, and I make slim-cut double-breasted suits, so it's more of a fitted suit versus a boxier cut. But the single-breasted suits are probably more prevalent than you see double-breasted. Double-breasted are kind of making its move back in, but single-breasted suits are kind of the mainstay.
Okay.
Now, I saw one of these MSNBC anchors did the Miss Universe pageant, and you did not only one tuxedo for him, but you did a lot of them. Tell us who that was and why.
Oh, yeah, I actually, Thomas Roberts, who works for MSNBC, he was the host of the Donald Trump, no, I shouldn't say that, the Miss Universe pageant 3 3 years ago in Moscow, Russia. And I actually did 5 tuxedos for him. And he wanted to do all of these colorful. I did a red blazer, I did a green, I did a blue, I did a yellow, and I did a black. So he wore these tuxedos at different intervals of the show. And I actually, it was really an outstanding presentation. So we got all of this positive vibe from Twitter and everywhere else about where to get these really, really nice blazers from. And I did a velvet jacket, I did a silk and wool jacket, so we did different kinds and different styles, and it was really nice.
And I love how you talk, Ferman, into mixing things. You know, I noticed the different kind of flowers here with the stripes, and you know, you put him in so many different things, so now he's on your celebrity list.
Well, that's good.
He's on your celebrity list.
Well, that's good.
And she's happy.
Yeah, I think the things is, you know, men, for example, are put into such a box, the old blue suit, red tie, for corporate look. And I like to think about trying to expand the box a little bit and just consider some colors that you probably wouldn't consider, but make it more age appropriate. And also, like, especially when you're on TV, you want to make sure it looks well on TV as well.
He looks good.
Looks good. Yeah, he's
You're probably one of your best advertisers. I've seen your website and seen these photos of you in some of the finest suits I've ever seen.
I no one can wear my suits better than me because I make them. So, but to the extent that I really try to do non-traditional advertising, I do a lot of referrals. So I don't use like a lot of traditional marketing techniques. So I think referrals are the best situation for me, and I let my work speak for itself.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Malcolm Staples.
Thank you.
Staples. Coming up, custom designer Malcolm Staples is about to show you a few things.
And later, the first ladies of football stop by to kick it off, a big competition. So stick around. More of the 202 is coming up.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
And welcome back to the 202. That's our DJ Millie Mill jamming on the turntable, folks.
And so we're here with Malcolm Staples and his models for our own little private showing.
So Malcolm, you get to show us everything. Who are you going to start with?
Yeah, we're going to start with Ryan. He's wearing a 50s kind of inspired vintage suit. You can see it's a black suit with the real wide lapels.
Beautiful.
Turn around right, so they can see it. You can see it's a double-breasted vest. I have red stitching to kind of give you a little hint of something a little different.
Right on
red
the sleeves.
peekaboo on the sleeves.
And right
as
in the
well
buttons,
as,
I see
and
the
buttonholes.
red.
And just to kind of give you an eyeball.
Right.
Say,
Wow.
hey, Michelle, look at me, check me out, honey. So that's what it is.
Oh, I'm
Just kinda
checking him
giving it
out.
I love
So
the
you can
style
see.
of the lapels. They're a little more peaked in.
Yeah, a little more peak lapel, and I'm using a red and white shirt to kind of give you kind of a starburst kind of a view with just a simple black tie.
Nice.
Just gives you a 50s look with a little edge there to it.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
Very
it.
nice.
I like
All
it.
right.
Go,
All right, Ryan. Go,
How about
Ryan.
use-
Go,
I'm gonna start here.
Ryan.
Let's go with Troy here. Troy has what I call this is called kind of a wet silk look. And there's a difference between, if you hear the term shiny and sheen.
Okay.
If a shiny suit, cheap.
Oh.
A suit
Okay.
with sheen, rich. So this is really like a nice little sheen to it. It's a three-piece suit, but it's a blue
Yeah,
suit.
let me feel that.
But it's a silk and
Wow.
wool kind of a fabric as well to give you that little sheen look. But it's a blue suit and you can wear it anywhere. But it gives you a blue suit with a kick, as you see with the vest. Give you that whole, put it off with a nice orange tie, little orange and purple pocket square. Just kind of bring the spring up a little bit with that.
And it is fitting him to a T.
Fitting
It's
to a T.
so
That's
like you
right.
said, it cuts. It's so sharp it cuts.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
bleeding up here because
That's
that
right.
is tight.
Yep. So that's good.
Nice.
Thank you, my brother.
He got the walk and everything. He got the
Everything.
attitude. I love
Come
it.
on, Nick.
I love it.
Now look, Nick is wearing a real bold plaid suit. Yeah, I think he knows what he's doing. This is like a blue plaid. oversized plaid, but it's really understated because it's a very slim cut.
Wow.
I trimmed it with a red stitch, and I made the tie. I made the tie with a red dot as well, so you can see pulling out there with a nice little square, with the nice bold squares. So even though it's a busy Glen plaid, you can still wear it pretty much anywhere. Very stylish, very sleek, and the red stitching gives you a little hint of the custom feel, as well as just kind of give you a little texture.
Let me see that fabric also. Wow.
Yep. Super 150s wool.
Okay.
Again, which is really, really nice.
The double
all year
vents
round
in the
weight,
back of the
side
jacket.
vents in the back, and if you really open up the jacket, you can see show them some of the inside of the lining. So you got a little different lining in there as well. I just kind of beat them with that.
And the back.
That's up, so.
Coordinated.
Yep. So we did that there. So.
Wait a minute, that looks like green leopard.
Yep. So did that there.
Beautiful.
So.
You're shaking up the Washington scene with the fashion, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I have one more. Thanks, brother.
Nice.
I want to show you my signature model here. This is Colleen, and she's wearing a gray double-breasted suit with pink stripes in it. As you can see, it's a fitted jacket with darts on the top so that you can see the accentuation of the waistline. And this is what this suit is. It's like a masculine feel, but it's made for a woman's curves. So you can see it has all of the different trimmings. We have pink stitching. I have a wide leg on it. I intentionally put a 4-inch cuff at the bottom so I can give you some distinction.
Oh, I noticed,
versus a 3 or 2 inch. I wanted an oversized cuff, a 50s look, a suit that men will say, I want what she's wearing. So that's kind of the idea with this. And so you can see all these little custom details all over the place, stitching all over with a tie.
Awesome.
And I know some people say, why is a lady wearing a tie? Because
I know, I would be kind of nervous. I would be kind of nervous.
This is my vision of what sexy looks like wearing a tie. And that's the whole idea.
I'm going to buy one of those for Michelle.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think I could pull off that jacket with nothing underneath.
Okay.
Well, okay.
All right.
Another show
Right?
then, yes. But
Okay.
Well, no, it's not cut too low. I think it would work. You know, some nice jewelry and you know, right, Ferman?
Yes.
That's a good point. It's a high cut double-breasted suit, as you can see. So it gives you options of doing different things. Camisole, you can wear a basic. You can wear a sweater or a turtleneck. You can do anything you want.
Yes.
Because it's cut at a high level.
Wow, now that's serious.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
serious, so.
you step into the courtroom, you know, female attorney and that, you know, you command the attention and the
all
respect.
together. That's called.
Wow.
The name of the suit is called the Tiffany.
The Tiffany.
Yep. So I have
I like
a three-suit line called the Tiffany, and this is my first version of it.
Why'd you call it Tiffany?
Well, actually, the young lady who was my first model who did help me out when I first started, I named the line after her because she was there when no one else was there. So I named my suit the Tiffany line, and so it was just kind of one of those things that stuck. And so that's what we've been rolling with.
Wow. Well, I don't want to spend too much time, but Ferman, I think we have to confess something.
Yeah.
You know, these people, at first I didn't recognize them when we walked out here, but they work for us. They're part of the family here, but, you know, we usually see them in not bespoke oil.
No, not at all. Especially Nick. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
So you want to share what Nick does with us?
Nick Dorsey is one of our editors, the finest editor around. But that's what he does by day.
Yes.
Now he's going to be wearing this by night.
He might ask for a different job title.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Another editor, Troy Pinckney. He is an editor extraordinaire. He's looking as sharp as I've ever seen him look. You know, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. And this young lady is one of your models.
And she's actually an opera singer.
Opera singer.
Yes.
What?
Wow.
Professional opera singer. She's a real deal.
Not your grandfather's opera
Wow.
singer, I can tell you that.
She's a real deal.
Hit one note. Hit one note.
Right now?
Yes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
And of
then-
course, Ryan is our attorney.
Awesome.
That is
Yeah.
great.
Well,
That's great.
We're out of time?
yeah, when we come back, are you ready for some football?
Oh, yes, I'm ready. Washington cheerleaders are here, and if anybody ever says, you know, that Ferman doesn't roll, you got to check them out. They're here to say hi, the Washington Redskins cheerleaders, when we come back.
It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Welcome back to the 202. Now, they belong to one of the most exclusive fan clubs in sports, and it's not easy to become a member.
And how many TV hosts can say the Washington Redskins cheerleaders stop by to say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, two of the first ladies of football, Kennedy and Taryn.
Yay!
Thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us. Wow. Thank you for having us.
Wow, so I see I may not have what it takes. Tell us.
No, don't say that.
What does it take? Well, I don't have pom-poms.
Well, we can trade.
Now, what does it take to be a Redskins cheerleader?
Well, it takes confidence. You have to be ready to perform for people. You need to have, well, at least be 18 years old, live in the D.C. area, be willing to travel to practices, and be dedicated to a team of awesome women.
So I want to know what made you guys decide.
Exactly.
So I was actually a junior Redskins cheerleader when I was younger, so I grew up watching the girls, and it was always just so amazing because they actually, all of us have real jobs. This isn't our full-time job. So it's just amazing to see such empowered women working together and doing something they love.
Now, each year there's a big tryout to become a Washington Redskins cheerleader. What does that entail? What meaning tryout? Meaning there are multiple meetings and.
Yes. So our open auditions start April 1st, and they go on until April 6th. Our final auditions are in Silver Spring at the Fillmore at 7 o'clock, and that's open to the public, and that's when the final team will be selected.
But who are the judges for these competitions?
We don't really know. I think it's
Just
an array
people
of
in the
judges.
Just
community.
scary people.
Some executives, definitely our directors,
Okay.
sometimes our alumni. Every now and then we have our trainers come in and judge, and just it's an array of people, so they get a lot of different perspectives.
So is the competition vicious and
Well, not vicious, but it's definitely a
It's
strong
competitive.
competition, and it's
Yeah.
really competitive, and it's a healthy one. There's women from everywhere, and they all are very diverse, and everybody has different strengths. So it really is, you throw your best out there, and you see what you get back, honestly.
And I bet you formed some great friendships.
Oh, absolutely. We're sisters beyond. We actually all share a ring, but it's just a symbol of our sisterhood. Yeah. It's
It's not a silver bell ring or anything, but
Okay.
it's definitely our
one day though,
Redskins
okay?
brand.
It's coming.
Yeah, it is. It just may be this season.
Wow, that's so
Now,
nice.
in the competition, how many sort of compete against each other at the same time, or is it just a big group?
So it starts out, it's a lot of girls who try out. And then the first round, it's actually, they pick, I think, 10 girls at a time. They do freestyle, and they get to talk to the judges. So that's like their time with the judges to get to know them.
Okay.
But just throughout, I think it's about 10 girls per group, and then it usually gets a little bit smaller the closer you get to finals.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'd like to see a routine, and then perhaps you can teach Ferman and I something after
sure.
that. You think so?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to try?
Well, let's get busy with this first.
Okay. I'll talk him into it. All right.
Thank you.
Something.
I'm not sure what they could teach the two of us to do. Could you take just anything?
Yes.
Okay, something simple. Okay.
All right, we'll start with high V, low V.
So each of it, can we get one pom-pom? Like one of each?
Here.
You both hold one, and we'll have.
Really? I'm scared.
Uh-oh.
So there's a bar in the middle.
These
You
things
want
are
to grip it.
heavier than I thought. Okay. All right.
Get a little
all right.
workout.
Yes.
So Ferman, come on up here with me.
Okay.
Yep, so we're gonna
Go,
start with high
Ferman.
V. High V, steps to the right. And then clap. And then low V, steps to the right. And then clap and bring your feet together. Do the same thing to the other way. High V, clap. And then low V, clap. So that's the first 8 count. We're going to do that one really fast, and we'll go on to the next one.
Remember, we have to put our hips into it.
6, 7, 8. High V, 1. Step together, 2. Low V, 3. Step together, 4. Other way, 5.
I love it.
6. Down, 7, 8.
I'm so embarrassed.
We were terrible.
Let's move to the next one. It's the easier one. The hair flip. So you have all you need for it. So you walk 1, 2, 3, and then hair flip to the right. And then 1, 2, 3, hair flip to the left.
Oh my goodness. Where did I
You
get
got
my
this
partner
one.
into? Where did I get? Okay,
He's so
we've had enough.
great.
We've had enough. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you so much.
You're
Stop it,
natural, don't worry.
Yeah, right.
It was an angle. It was how you finished the head flip.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I remember that.
Well, I have a really important question. You guys get cold out there, don't you? I know you're freezing.
Sometimes.
Do they have a rope or something on the side when you finish a routine?
No rope. We're
No.
just really active the entire time. So throughout the game, we have sidelines and cheers and motions that keep us warm throughout. So hopefully, when we're making first downs, we move a whole lot. Like a whole lot more when we're making first downs.
Wow.
When we get touchdowns, that's great, right?
Yeah.
The whole body gets warmed up.
Well, thank you both so much for stopping by. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you for
And I'll
having
never
us.
live it down. But you're welcome to come back anytime and teach me more.
We'll see you at tryouts.
Oh,
April 1st,
maybe not.
I can bring
You
her.
guys are perfect, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks to our guests for a great show today, Malcolm Staples and his fashion models, and the Washington Redskins cheerleaders, and of course my co-host Michelle Wright.
Thank you so much. And of course, a big thanks to DJ Millie Mill. Ferman and I will see you again next time on the 202.
This the 202. This the 202. 202. This is how we do when we party in the 202. Hey.
Home of that good live music.
Come on.
Live on set, live audience approves it. The best hosts that don't get no tighter.
Yeah.
Ferman and Michelle can't get no righter. Taxation, no representation.
No.
But the 202 repping for the capital nation. So from 703 to the 301. Yeah, we all come to have some fun. It's the 202.
It's the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
Yeah, it's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202.